BBC News with Stuart McIntosh. The severe winter conditions affecting the United States have led to the deaths of dozens of people, including 27 in the New York state of Buffalo, which has borne the brunt of the snowstorm. Roads remain impassable and thousands are still without power. China is dropping its requirement for travellers arriving in the country to go into quarantine. The measure, introduced at the start of the COVID pandemic, is the latest restriction to be lifted as China abandons its zero COVID policy. President Volodymyr Zelensky says 9 million Ukrainians are still without electricity after repeated Russian attacks knocked out much of the national power grid. Russia's foreign minister has accused the authorities in Kiev of attempting to drag NATO deeper into what he called the whirlpool of conflict. Sergei Lavrov said such a strategy risked escalating the crisis. North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has opened a key meeting of the governing party to discuss next year's policy direction amid renewed tensions with South Korea. The North flew 5 unmanned drones in the South's airspace on Monday. The Iranian football star Ali Daei says an international flight has been rerouted to prevent his wife and daughter from leaving the country. Daei has voiced support for anti-government protests. The leader of Tunisia's powerful UGTT trade union has said it'll stage mass demonstrations in protest at the government's plans for an austerity budget. The authorities in Peru have arrested 6 people, including 3 police generals, for alleged corruption during the government of the ousted leader Pedro Castillo. They also raided the home of the former defence minister Walter Alaya. Detectives in north-western England have arrested a man on suspicion of murder after a deadly shooting on Christmas Eve. BBC News.